Poverty remains a critical national issue. The children who inherit the plight of their parents are not equipped to change it. How do we pave the way? The Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program, piloted in 2007, is our intervention to help poor families break free from the cycle. It is integral to our social protection system and designed to be passed on from one administration to the next. In 2019, 4Ps was institutionalized, making it into law under Republic Act 11310. The Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program Act, 4Ps Act, becomes the National Poverty Reduction Strategy. We call it a Human Capital Investment Program. The government provides cash grants to poor households aiming to improve their health, nutrition, and education. Let's take a look at how it works. To make sure that the help goes only to those who need it most, 4Ps employs a standardized targeting system which automatically considers farmers, fisherfolk, the homeless, indigenous peoples, and those in geographically isolated and otherwise disadvantaged areas. To be eligible for the cash grants, those in the poor and near poor households must be 0 to 18 years old, pregnant at the time of registration, and willing to comply with the conditions. How much does each household receive? In each household, the children are covered by an education grant, with every monitored child in elementary school receiving 300 pesos a month, in junior high at 500 pesos a month, and in senior high from 500 pesos before institutionalization to 700 pesos a month. A health grant from 500 pesos before institutionalization to 750 pesos a month. Additional benefits are provided to the beneficiaries as mandated by other laws. Through the General Appropriations Act, a rice subsidy of 600 pesos a month, and through the unconditional cash transfer, a tax subsidy under the train law, which amounts to 300 pesos a month. All beneficiaries are now automatically covered by PhilHealth and given priority in availment of the modalities and interventions under the DSWD Sustainable Livelihood Program or similar programs. The period over which the grants are provided is up to 7 years. During this period, the 4Ps Act employs a case management approach, with the city or municipal links working directly with the families to better their well-being. Only when a household is registered, active, and compliant to the program's conditions are its members entitled to the grants. What are these conditions? They concern the children from before they're born to their 18th year. Children 3 to 18 must be enrolled in school, maintaining a class attendance of at least 85% every month. Children up to 5 years old must receive vaccination and health checkups regularly. Children up to 14 must be dewormed twice a year, and at least one responsible person from each household must attend family development sessions. A household that fails to comply with the conditions will be warned. Non-compliance following multiple warnings will result in termination of the grants and removal from the program. How do the household beneficiaries access the grants? To provide them with direct and secure access to the cash, the DSWD works with accredited government depository banks or contracts the services of rural banks, thrift banks, cooperative banks, and institutions engaged in money remittances duly accredited by Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. To make sure that the grants continue to positively impact the health, nutrition, and education of the beneficiaries, how should the 4Ps Act be implemented? The Philippine Institute for Development Studies evaluates every 3 years the veracity of the beneficiary list and tracks the effectiveness of the program. In addition, the implementation of 4Ps is kept in check by 3 major systems: the Beneficiary Update System, validates, reports, and records the status of every member of the household beneficiaries. It monitors and adjusts the amounts of cash grants that each household is to receive. The compliance verification system checks the household beneficiaries' compliance with the program's conditions. And the grievance redress system records and resolves grievances effectively and efficiently. The national and regional advisory councils recommend measures and policies and secure the necessary funding to ensure that the commitments of 4Ps are delivered responsibly. The NAC includes representatives from multiple national and regional agencies. Representatives from accredited non-government organizations involved with social welfare service programs are also included. And lastly, the 4Ps Oversight Committee sets the framework in reviewing the implementation of the Act, identifying inherent weaknesses in the law, and recommending remedial legislation or executive measures. While the DSWD is taking the lead, 4Ps is a national government program. Its success calls for a whole-of-government approach, with all of us responsible for every step. Whatever the intervention, the outcome we are working to achieve remains the same. The well-being of poor families improved, and the rights of the vulnerable promoted and protected. A brighter future for family, community, and country, from the social worker in the field to the decision makers in the national administration and to the household beneficiaries. We are in charge. Together, let us keep building this bridge.